Testing, testing. Alrighty. We are about to have a show match between MyDarling and EON. For I guess whoever is the greatest player of all time. That's what they're going to battle over. And I'm sure everyone that's watching this knows, but MyDarling is, or has been in the past, I don't know. I don't really play that much to know what's going on right now, but at least was a longtime member of InfNA Gaming. As far as I know, she's the first Grandmaster to arise out of InfNA Gaming. Whereas EON has been one of the most improved players, I'd say, in Infinity. He used to be, I think, Platinum when I started playing, and he just slowly got better until he's now a good Masters player, probably one of the better players, if not the best player in the clan right now. So, it's a nice show match for you peoples to see who can do it this time in the long-running rivalry between EON and MyDarling. EON, as he always does, has pulled a drone to scout on 9. It's making its way across the map now. He seems to do that no matter what the matchup is. And it seems to work out well for him. We'll see if he can harass his SCV that's building the barracks a little bit, or if he's just going to try and get some information. Meanwhile, back at home, he's just building drones. Not much to see there. He sees that the gas has gone down for MyDarling, and he's just going to leave the base. Oh, no. Yes, he will now leave the base. They're playing a little game where they're going to dance around. I don't know who got the first hit on there. Let's see what's good. I think EON has to pull his drone away. Ooh. A little risky. But they both survive. EON goes hatch first before gas or pool. Up, and no, he's just being annoying with this drone. There's not much going on. Now Reaper gets started. A pool goes down for EON back at home. Everything seems pretty standard so far. Not that I ever play Zerg or Terran, but I guess this is how it goes. EON's getting his Overlord in position to scout over on this side of the map. Drone's going back home. It has once again, I don't know if he stole that 5 from over here. I think he must have. Nice little 5 mineral steal for EON that he's going to bring all the way back home. He's going to time it just so he can deliver it. No. Alright, he's going to deliver it to this hatchery up here. What a sneaky move by EON. On the other side of the map, MyDarling has stopped gathering gas. Oh, she goes back into gas now. The command center has gone down at her natural. She's building the reactor add-on on her barracks. So let's see what she plans to do with this. Oh, a Reaper. It has no kill. Oh, EON's micro a little bit lacking there. He could have saved that drone, but he did not do so. He's had to pull 7 drones. He's going to lose this one, I think, if MyDarling can hit it. There she goes. That's 2 drones down. They're still running around. The drones are going to come back now because this queen's about to pop out. We've got a queen at the natural and a queen at here, so it's pretty safe now for EON. But he did unfortunately lose those 2 drones as well as the mining time, although is he going to get this? Nope. The Reaper pulls out of there safely. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, 2 Zerglings are doing a little bit of harassment. They're going to pick off that SCV, which is annoying. Because now another SCV has to come down here and finish off this command center, which is just about to complete. Right now there is an SCV lead to a drone lead. The second base for MyDarling's up and running. The drones are being sent down there. And now all of a sudden there's a lot of Zerglings being made, and there's 2 gas. And MyDarling probably did not want to sacrifice that Reaper for that creep tumor, but she could not escape. She did kill the creep tumor. So it is what it is on that. Third command center going down, pretty aggressive by MyDarling, with the Zerg still on 2 bases, looking to go up to 3 bases as the Terran, as EON continues to pile up that gas from his two extractors over here, and he's making more and more Zerglings, so it looks like he might want to be aggressive here, possibly. And he is sending these Zerglings across the map. With a Baneling nest going down, it's clear that EON has one thing on his mind, and that is a Baneling bust, while Monica's building a wall at her front, which includes a command center, which is a high health building. As long as she leaves it there, we do have 2 Hellions, which are obviously good against Zerglings, and 2 more Hellions on the way. No bunkers at the front though, and we'll see how much of a problem that is once these Banelings start getting made. It looks like EON is going up to a lot of Zerglings, although he's droning a little bit. 22 Zerglings against 8 Marines and 4 Hellions. Oh no. And EON just lost a big chunk of his Zerglings in the middle of the map, and as far as a Baneling bus goes, he probably needed those. So he's going to throw down his 3rd hatchery, which is halfway done. He's going to run out here for some more Speedlings, which are going to do, well, they picked a nice spot, I guess, against these Marines, but the Hellions do swoop in to save their remaining Marines. Oh, and the Baneling bus has arrived. He timed this really well. The question is, what damage is he actually going to do? And the answer is not enough. He snuck in here when Monica's army was out across the map, and he waddled in with his Banelings, but he didn't do enough damage. He's down 41 SCVs to 33 drones, and it did not pay off. He's down in overall supply as well. He does have, you know, his 3rd base up, although there's only 1 drone there. That's not really a big deal, and these Zerglings are just going to get melted by these Hellions. And the supply lead is now exceeding 10. It's up to 15 with a worker count of 6 advantage for Monica. She has her 3rd base up, although it's obviously not mining. Although it looks like she's queued up her reactor, so she's probably going to be moving out that way in a minute. She's trying to take control of the middle of the map, which she should be able to do because EON really doesn't have any units. He lost most of his units during I guess it was a failed Baneling bus. He lost like 10 Zerglings over here while he had a bunch of Zerglings down here, and that pulled Monica's army up here. They came in here, but ultimately they only killed like 3 or 4 SCVs, which was not enough for the amount of units that he invested in that attack. He's going to sweep in behind here and try and pick off all these Hellions, which he's going to do easily, which makes the supply a little bit closer. EON has 1,000 minerals. MyDarling has 1,000 minerals. MyDarling probably could use some more production buildings. She's building an additional factory. She has 2 factories up. She's going to start mining from the 3rd base. EON realizes that's probably what's about to happen, and he sends in what looks like 20 Zerglings. They're being annoying. They're taking out units here and there. There are 4 Banelings, which are going to do nothing because there's 2 Banshees. They don't even get to the front of the line. This is preventing MyDarling from mining at her 3rd base until these 2 Banshees can clean up these Zerglings, which are unwisely lined up targeting a single turret. Back at home, and I guess that's why EON was going for the turret. He wanted to switch into Mutas, so he figures, why not try and kill that turret? With that said, 2 more turrets are going down. There's a Thor out. There's a lot of SCVs out. Eon's 4th base is just now going down at 12 minutes and almost 13 minutes. He's taking his 5th and 6th gases. And here come the mutas. While this was all going on, EON has reclaimed the supply lead. He's up about 20 supply. He's still down in workers though, and I'd say overall MyDarling has probably the longer term advantage. She's properly placed cannons, or rather turrets, at her 3rd base. She's getting Thors, or she has 1 Thor. She probably needs to get some more. I don't know if she's building Thors. Yeah, she's building 1 Thor, 2 Thor. So, you know, if these Thors can get out in time, she'll be fine. And again, this is a good time for EON to attack before that happens. Let's see. Thor is in a very vulnerable position, and that is the only Thor on the map. And that Thor is going to quickly be taken down and killed. There's still a turret, so probably not worth it for EON. He had to sacrifice a lot of units to do that. He has, I think, a Baneling got in here, and all these SCVs are almost dead, but not completely dead, so that did allow him to take a slight lead in workers. Now there's another Thor on the map. There should be another Thor popping out. At least 1 or 2 Thors. There's a Thor. There's a Thor. So now the mutas are not going to be so good. He can use them to kind of dance from this expansion back across the map. But other than that, there's not a lot he can do, and there's 2 turrets at this expansion, so I think he's going to have to start switching away from mutas. But let's see if it's too late. And I think he realizes that he's throwing down a Roach Warren. It looks like he wants to go to a different tech, now with the turrets and the Thors all out on the map. And this is not even an easy map for mutas to really dance back and forth, given that all of these bases are kind of tucked in together here. You really got to do like a big circle to get around to do any damage. But he has roaches out. He's going to need more than this. Supply is exactly even, which is not where Zerg wants to be at this point in the game, facing tanks, Thors, Hellbats, SCVs there to prepare. He's going to catch this barracks, that's fine. And MyDarling's really been safe with these turrets. There are 6 turrets over here, 7 turrets, 8 turrets, 8 turrets in our main base. Mutas are not going to do anything. Mutas are effectively worthless at this point. Or so I thought. But it looks like that these turrets were spread thin enough that, you know, she can kind of dance around and pick off each turret one at a time. She is going to start taking out these, or he is going to start taking out these SCVs. Now the Thor's there. There's SCVs to repair the Thor if she's looking, and she is. So that actually went better for EON than I thought. When I saw all these turrets, I didn't think he'd be able to do much of anything, but he was able to take out the turrets. You know, trading mutas for turrets, it is what it is. There's now 77 drones on the map for EON, 67 SCVs. EON's taken a 30 supply advantage, and he's going up to his 5th base, so his patience seems to be paying off, at least a little bit. MyDarling is ahead on upgrades, which is going to start to be a big deal. EON really has to do a lot of damage with this attack. He cannot let MyDarling get up on this gold base. If he does, you know, it's really not going to go well for him. But these roaches are doing good damage. But are they doing enough damage? No. Thors and SCVs are here. There's 2 Ravens here. There's a Banshee here now. And what I think was really kind of a sneaky spot where EON really had to win this battle or the game was lost. He'd lost the battle. And MyDarling is well ahead now, even with EON on his gold base. Got +2/+2. for all of MyDarling's mech. The roaches are sitting on 1-1. Mutas have +2 carapace upgrade. And it looks like there is a lag. Don't know if it's me. Could be turning it up. Not sure. So it looks like turning it up's lagged out. Unfortunately. I'm glad it's not me. The one thing EON does have is 2,000 minerals and 1,000 gas. Does he have the larva to spend that? He's going heavy into roaches. He has a larva over here. He has some larva over here. He's suddenly up to 171 supply. But he's out of gas. He has 2,000 minerals. I don't know. Again, I don't think these mutas are worth anything, and I'm sure Eon agrees. That's why he's not remaking mutas. He has 6 mutas, so that's not going to help. He's up to 30 roaches. He has 2,000 minerals, but MyDarling is even in supply. She's ahead on upgrades. She has a gold base as a Terran. It is, I guess, 6 bases to 4, but once a Terran's up on 4 bases with a gold base, it really doesn't matter how many bases a Zerg has, at least at this point. Maybe if the upgrades were closer, that would be a big deal, but they're not. She has her defense spread out. She has mines over here. She has a lot of tanks. She has ravens. A lot of different units. She's playing very, very safe. She's going to start moving out here to take this base. It looks like she's going to play this game pretty safe and just kind of move across the map a little bit at a time, which is really what you have to do as Terran playing mech with your slow army composition. She doesn't want to risk moving out across the map and all of a sudden Eon swinging around with whatever units he has and being able to attack that way. So there's a little hit team of roaches coming across here, but they're not going to be able to do much as long as she sees what's going on. And this is what I was referring to a second ago, how the one danger with mech in this situation is that even with slow roaches, or they probably have speed now, but even with roaches, Eon can kind of swing around the map into these different positions, which is why Monica's being very careful with her positioning across the map, trying to kind of, oh boy, and she's out of position, and here comes Eon with his entire army right into the middle of the map. All his infestors, but Monica's swinging around. She's going to actually end up having a concave against these infestors who are getting fungals on all the tanks. But is it enough? No, it's not enough. Her army got back. Infestors are not good. And just without the upgrades, really Eon's entire army just melted to the now 3-2 army of MyDarling. Her army is out of position on the bottom right, so it's going to allow Zerglings to run in here, but only 4 Zerglings against 1 tank, so she's safe on that end. They run in here and die. Eon's sitting on 5k minerals. Does he have the larva to spend it? Probably not, and even if he did, he can only build Zerglings, which are not going to be much help. And now MyDarling's maxed. Eon's at 180, but he does not have the proper... There's really no composition that he can make that's that's good against this, especially when he does not have the upgrades that the Terran has. His 3-3 upgrades are about to finish, so that will help. He's still sitting on 6 bases. He still has pretty much half the map to himself. And all of a sudden he's going to sweep in here and possibly take out the SCVs that are mining at the gold base, but there's really just too much defense there with the 3 tanks, the high ground position, and the SCVs to repair those tanks. If he were to commit here, that would just allow Monica's army to sweep in around him. Instead, Monica decides to push up and force an engagement in the middle of the map, seeing what EON's army is, and seeing that it's really not going to... And the Seeker missiles pretty much kill the entire army of EON in one fell swoop. Now with a 60 supply advantage positioned in the middle of the map, MyDarling really should be able to just push through here and clean up all these bases and end the game. 3 infestors coming in from behind. They're going to walk to their death. They were probably trying to get up with the other units, but they were misrallied into MyDarling's army. EON has 6,000 minerals, 2,000 gas, but unfortunately, there's only one way to win in Starcraft, and that's to kill the other person. And he does not have the army to do that. Taking another engagement in the middle, he's trying to make some stuff happen. He just does not have the units. He took some more losses there, and he pulls back. Once again, going to try and swing around here, which is what he's been trying to do on and off for like the last 20 minutes. Or probably the last 10 minutes. He'll be able to take out this base, but his army's gone. What's left of his army's down here. And here comes MyDarling's army up into the middle of the map. She's going to take out this base, so it's going to be an even trade, the top left or the top bottom right. And she's going to set up camp right here, which is going to take out this base next. This base is not going to get up. She's going to say, what about this base? Let's just end the game. And once MyDarling gets up here, obviously, even if EON could make units, they're going to get cut off. They can't group up together. They're just going to walk into this army and die. EON, was able to make all these roaches right now, but against this many tanks and this many Thors, roaches are not going to do it. And you can see that EON was getting his units out here, and he might be able to clean this up eventually, but he was getting his... And just as I say that, 10 Ravens come in case there was any doubt. All of EON's units that he's making at all these different bases all arrived to fight MyDarling's army at slightly different times, so they kind of... One group of roaches got killed, and another group of roaches got killed. It was not the most effective battle. This base is going to die. This base is dead. This base is dead to autocannons. And now we're just waiting for EON to GG in the EON vs MyDarling show match, which has been a pretty technical and methodical display by MyDarling to take the victory. There you have it. In another MyDarling vs EON show match, it is MyDarling who comes out on top and defeats EON. And with that, I think I'm going to stop streaming. Thanks for watching.